Ooh ah, ooh ah, ooh ah, ooh ah. Why do birds sing so gay? Now niggas talk about no homo. Like, fuck out of here. Gay. Yeah, let's keep it real. 10 of cups in my deck is happiness. What is happy? Gay. That means something in my deck. So when you pull it out on, you know, whether that's yourself, the client, that 10 of cups gonna make a lot more sense once you really focus and look at the reason why that bitch out there, right? Like, I don't know which extended breakdown this is. I don't know when I get this card that I'll do. But yeah, look how meanings of shit is different nowadays. It's all mind programming and control. It's shit like the rainbow. Talk about the rainbow while I get the spread out. Oh, I got $35 readings for the rest of Black History Month and $50 life coaching till the end of the month. So by February 28th, no more specials. And like I say, the next specials I'll be doing will probably be like 420 and Cinco de Mayo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got some events happening in March, so I ain't doing like deals in March. I'm gonna actually have some functions y'all invited to. So actually, my first function is February 27th. So if y'all in Chicago, February 27th ish. And if you can't come on the 27th, then you can come on the 28th. Just gonna throw a little function at my spot here. It's pretty nice. Just gonna do a lot of cooking. Gonna be doing readings for people that want to do some in-person readings. You know what I'm saying? I have like drinks and meals and shit. Like, we're gonna do like a 3 meal thing here. So if like the event is gonna be from like 8 a.m. to like 8 p.m. So, you know, that means I'm basically doing readings all day. That's if like 20 plus people come. You know what I mean? It's like an intimate session anyway. So, you know what I mean? From 8 to 8, I'll be doing readings for those that want readings and shit. But, you know, if you stick around all day, then you'll get breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and drinks. It's all included in the package and shit. Just one group package. Or if you just want to eat, you could just pay to eat all day. If you want to just drink, you could just pay to drink. And, you know, depending on the weather and the situation, might throw a fucking party from 8 p.m. to midnight. Just a little function, you know what I'm saying? Like a party, like what I mean by party is like, you know, music, like black parties, nigga. It's food, drinks, music, have a good time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing readings and shit. I'm just trying to kick it and at least turn up with y'all motherfuckers since I ain't working no more. You know what I'm saying? On the reading part of it. That's if it's like 20, 25 people. If it's 20, 25 people that show up, then like I said, I'm going to be doing readings from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I've done it before, so that's what I do. So if you're interested, just drop me a line. Be like, hey, I'll be in town. I'll write your name down and be looking for you. You know what I mean? Because at least by knowing how many people come in, and that'll equate the food and the drink ratios and shit like that. Like I say, these are meals I'm cooking, so even if it's 20 people, like I say, y'all all gonna eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner and shit. Like, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I got a chef and everything. So, check out one of my events. You know what I'm saying? I'll be in y'all. I'm gonna do like the tour starting like the end of April. That's when I'm gonna start going to different cities and shit. But between now and like 420, I got like 4 events happening in the Chicago, Gary, Indiana area. So if you want to come through, just slide. Might do a function in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Depends. And I might do something in Detroit or Milwaukee. Depends. Between now and 420. But either way, I'll have promo up when you see it. Just inquire. But you should be emailing me anyway on readings and acquiring on functions. You know what I'm saying? If you're really on it. So let's get this message out. This will be Twin Flames and Separation Extended Breakdown. Let's just get with it. So First card of this message, we got the King of Swords. That's God. You know, God is the reason for the season. God is the source. Without God, nothing is possible. Without God, nothing is. You know, just like you're gonna have to understand like the earthly trinity, which is the devil, Satan, Lucifer, the three different people from three different places with three different agendas. It'll pay to know who they are, where they come from, and what their agenda is. Same way you identify the earthly trinity, you need to identify the holy trinity. And that's God, that's the Son of God, and that's the Spirit. God can be whatever God is to you. The Son of God can be the Son, can be whatever the Son is to you. But as long as that Spirit is there to trinitize that Trinity, you're good. The earth has a Trinity. So, I mean, wouldn't it pay to understand the Holy Trinity in all its glory? It's a chain of command. It starts from God. It's the reason God has the Son, or the Son. It's the reason the Spirit is even present within us. How do you think God is even in us? Through the Spirit. God is like the head. The Spirit is like dreads. The Son of God is like the dreadlock, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, it's power in the dreads. Just like it's power in the name of Jesus. You get powers in the dreads, but you're going to have to access. Like, by knowing who Christ is a consciousness, if y'all didn't know. You knew that, right? Jesus Christ wasn't just a guy, a black man, you know, named Yahshua the Messiah. He wasn't just a black man named Yahshua. Jesus Christ is a consciousness also. It's a trinity. It's a person, a consciousness, and something else. You find whatever that something else is. You know what I mean? Like God. You got to figure out who God is. By knowing God, understanding God, you can come to God correctly. Thus, God can get the blessing you directly. You got to know how to come at God. You got to know how to get miracles from God. You ain't finessing God. You finessing, well, you ain't even finessing the blessings. Like, you ain't getting over with God. You know what I mean? You can get over anything with God, but like I say, God is wherever God is to you. Like, it's gonna come to every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that God is real and that there's a Son of God and shit. Like, it shouldn't take the end of the world, you know what I mean, for you to kind of get on your God body shit. You know, like I said, it's different strokes for different folks. The reason why I kind of love being African American is because, like I said, my origins. Every black person starts off in the same fucking boat. It's oppression. Like, we start off oppressed. We've been oppressed since we were wombs in our mother's stomach. Say that shit 2 times, nigga. Blacks, we were oppressed in the wombs in our mother's stomach. Like, oppression didn't start when we came out the pussy, nigga. We was getting oppressed in the pussy, nigga. As blacks. It ain't just blacks, it's other people of color that I can name, but I'm just going to stress blacks because, like I say, we only been around for about 400, 500 years, and I'm really trying to paint a good picture for y'all. You know, it ain't just the oppression I was born into. I was born into poverty. You know what I mean? Unless you were born broke, not broken. We were born broke, but not broken. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't fixing ourselves here. We fixing our life, our circumstances and shit. Like coming from nothing teaches you a lot about stuff. You'll appreciate something if you ain't got nothing, you'll appreciate everything in your life. Y'all take it as we holding on and shit. Y'all take it as ancestral grudges and shit like that. It's like, no, we don't forget, we don't let go. You know who did good for you, and you know who wouldn't do good for you. Another example would be like Lil Wayne. Niggas love throwing Lil Wayne under the bus, but Lil Wayne be dropping like facts for you bitch motherfuckers that y'all don't even want to digest. Like that time niggas did that interview and asked like Weezy how you feel about cops. He said, I fuck with them. Like, nigga, when Lil Wayne tried to kill himself, you understand what I'm saying? Like, it was a white cop that found him. You know what I mean? That saved his life. Niggas walked all over him. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, niggas on the ground dying. Niggas was walking over this nigga. A white man helped him out. Now, he doesn't equate goodness to the white man because it was a white man that looked out for him. But like I said, it's some niggas that don't even do niggas right. And then they wonder why niggas fuck with white people. And they like they choose the white people over their own kind. It's just they can only go off who done helped them their whole life. And like I said, being black, it's shit. It's your own kind of fuck you over, manipulate you, treat you, fuck you over, beat your ass. You know what I mean? Put you in a fucking bond. Keep they foot on your neck, cause you might have something better than them. Like I say, showing people that do you dirty. You know what I mean? And then I'm saying all this shit to say this, like, as long as you got God, you don't need nobody. You don't need your own people to co-sign you. You don't need your friends. You don't need to be accepted by nobody but God. That's the only person's words, thoughts, who should matter. And then Ace of Cups, taking care of yourself. You gotta take care of yourself first before you can take care of your family, before you can take care of your community, before you can take care of your city, before you can take care of the world. It starts with self. So you're gonna have to get a crack at God yourself before you allow your grandparents or your mother to put God on you or put their plans or their purpose on you. One thing that happens to Negroes a lot, we get shit put on us. You're gonna be just like your daddy, in and out of jail, because you don't listen. You're gonna be dumb just like your daddy. You're gonna be whatever, just like your mama. You're gonna be whatever, just like your brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like one thing that's spoken on me a lot is how I'm going to hell and how I'm the devil. I didn't heard that too much since a child. Boy, you better stop questioning God. You gonna go to hell. You gonna go to hell for lying. You gonna go to hell for not wanting to go to church. You niggas done damn me to a hell that don't exist since a baby. The devil. My mom says it casually. Boy, that's the devil. You just doing the devil's work. You just want to make a life out of serving the devil. That's what you're doing. You serving the devil. I just don't even talk to her no more. I don't even like explain myself with her no more. You're never gonna get it. Somebody's stuck in the system. It ain't me. Somebody writing somebody else off. It ain't me. I don't write people off. I don't damn people to a hell that don't exist. Why? Because I understand God. Got a very good crack at him. And I ain't need nobody else to figure out my God. By figuring out my God, I figured out my Savior. Which is myself, nigga. I mean, you do got the Messiah, you do got the Son of God and shit, but like I said, you save yourself. You teach yourself. You feed yourself. You heal yourself. Half the shit you're doing yourself. Feminines and masculines. You know what I mean? God is just an anchor. God is just a rock. You know what I mean? Your foundation. Like, this is, you know what I mean? God is like a ladder that you use to climb up shit. God is like a tool that you use to master the world. God is just, like I said, the source, the reason and the season. Anything you need, God got it for you. But you're gonna have to really ace a cup. That's self-love, self-respect, self-admiration, self-identification, self-recognition, and self-identification. So, like I said, my whole life, I've been told, like, okay, you're gonna burn in hell. You doing the devil's work. 6 years old, first time somebody fixed their lips up and said I was going to hell. 6 years old, when somebody fixed their lips up and said I was the devil. 6 years old, how you think I'm comprehending that shit? How you think I feel? Niggas putting me in the hell. Then I looked at hell and what it looked like and represented, and it fucked me up even more. Why would they condemn me there? I'm 6 years old. What they thought I wasn't gonna look up no encyclopedia? They thought I wasn't gonna look up like Dante's Inferno or some shit like that. Like they thought I wasn't gonna Google or research what the hell is about. You keep saying I'm gonna go there. Then I'm seeing a place that y'all saying I'm gonna go. That shit was scary. It fucks a lot of early Christians up. Black Christians coming up and like I say, the black church, man. You know what I mean? It's a lot of fucked up shit in the black church. You know what I'm saying? And y'all fuck up generations of future saints with y'all bullshit. You know what I mean? But even though I came up in church, even though like my grandfather was a pastor, my mother was a district missionary. I mean, my grandmother district missionary, my mother was a missionary. You know what I'm saying? Like, who am I to fuck up tradition? You know what I mean? But what it is, it's just I have a more established sense on who I am. Thus, I got a more worldly sense of who God is or might be. Jesus Christ. Like I say, I know Christ is more than just a man. He's a consciousness. I know without God, there's nothing. And I know the spirit is how God lives through me. I know God also lives in the air and the trees and everything. You know what I mean? But it's your connection with God. God is a sword. It's a thought. It's a mental connection you got with the source. The reason why a lot of people are out of tune with their own children, with their own community, with the God that they say they serve so much. Like, how could you be a man or woman of God condemning people in a hell that doesn't exist? You still got work you need to do. And it's all internal shit. The best way to understand God is understanding yourself. Because if you don't understand yourself, how the fuck you gonna understand somebody else or somebody of God? You can't. So the best way for you to be a better blessing on the world is for you to be the best blessing on yourself. Be the best you can be so you can help people be who they are. That's the overall energy. Bottom line energy, you got the two of swords. Pussyfooting around. This is thinking you got options when you don't. Ace of Swords, which is out here. It's only one right way. This is the Ascension card. This is also information. This is also the loading chamber in the Matrix. Anything you need to succeed, survive, and thrive is already laid out for you to attain. All you gotta do is acquire it. A for anything you need to succeed, survive, and thrive can be A for attain if you A for acquire it. It comes in the form of information. How the fuck you even find out about God? Nigga, the information you get about God as a youngin'. Like I say, we're born, nigga, sinless, nigga. We were born perfect, nigga. We didn't become fucked up until the world fucked us over. Till our parents fucked us up. You wasn't born racist. Your parent made you racist by telling your ass that white people is whatever. Or to stay away from white people or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, that shit is instilled in you. Basic shit we should be comprehending by now. But like I said, the world is just fucked up. And the world just got a lot of people on like it's a frequency. And the frequency everybody on, I'm telling you, it ain't the right frequency. Ace of Swords, there's only one right way. There's only one way to God, and that's up. It's only one way to salvation, that's up. There's only one way to ascend, that's going up. What's up? God is what's up. You go up high enough, Ace of Swords, you're going to get to the King of Swords. That's God. That's the final shit you come across when you sword. Everything starts with the mind. Up. When we come from the womb, we look up to get substance from our mothers. Breasts, which got milk in it. Like we're babies, but we know that much. We see two lumps, nigga. Fuck you mean? We know what those were for before we even knew what the fuck they was for. Nigga, titties was for nurturing before pleasure, nigga. Pussy was for like creation before pleasure, nigga. You know what I mean? It was ultimately one way of life before life started doing other shit. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I don't believe in like open relationships or polygamy and shit like that. Like, you only need one wife. It's hard enough to keep one bitch attention. What the fuck I need 4 hoes for? 4 different emotions, 4 different hearts. I'm going to be stressed with gray hair or no hair trying to keep 4 women happy. It's stressing just keeping one woman happy. What the fuck I need any other options for? You know what I mean? Two of Swords. Two of Swords is pussyfooting around. It's thinking you got options when you don't. It's only one right way. Any other option other than up is a distraction. It's like somebody telling you God don't exist. Well, how does God don't exist? Everything starts with God. Well, we got the world that's been woo. Like anybody that try to argue with me about how God doesn't matter, I'm pretty sure they're going to use something from the world to convince me otherwise. Shut the fuck up. The heavens was around before this earth, nigga. The space where Earth at was governed before Earth came here with shit and rules and thoughts and shit. Before the Earth even had people with brains on this motherfucker, this shit was already being jurisdicted by God. Like God already was running this shit before God had people here to run this motherfucking earth the way they running into the damn ground. Like there ain't no other option. There's nothing else besides God. That's why hell cannot exist. There's not two thrones. It's only one. It don't even make sense for it to be two thrones. It don't even make sense for people to not choose God and end up being with another master. It was no preset for another master. There's only one master. That's a false master, just like a false twin flame. Motherfuckers out here telling you you got more than one twin flame. All that shit gonna do is make you fall in love with the wrong kind of person. We wanna fuck with divines. It's only 28% of them in the world. Even if it ain't your twin flame, nigga, it's another twin flame you can fuck with. That's divine. You got catalysts out here. Catalyst, I'm telling you, you fuck with a catalyst will beat your ass. Kill your ass. Because they insecure. Because they ain't got love in them. Because they void of God. Divines aren't void of God. Divines, what does a divine mean? A person that got God in them. All you believing in like poly relationships, open relationships, like all you doing is leaving yourself open and susceptible for extra shit. It's hard keeping your mind stayed on God. It's hard doing the right shit. You know what I mean? So you thinking you got options when it ain't is only gonna create an inkling that this was never the right way to begin with. Going back to the whole Lucifer manifesto and shit. You know what I mean? The universe was perfect. The only imperfected thing in this universe at one point was Lucifer thinking this. Everybody, before Lucifer had that dumbass thought, before Lucifer did this, everybody was on this. Even Satan. Satan didn't spur this rebellion. Satan didn't have this perverse thought in his head. Lucifer did. Lucifer is the reason people think it's other options besides God. Lucifer is the reason why people think God ain't perfect or God don't exist and shit. Like, it's all mental. You buying into that bullshit. You thinking that. It's mental. Hell is mental. It's a mental place. Heaven is real. Heaven is the four of wands. It's the actual place. The fourth and fifth dimension is an actual place, just like the third dimension is an actual plane. I didn't say place. I said plane of existence. But everything on the third dimension in this plane of existence expires. That go for Mars, Jupiter, Venus. Look at Venus. Look at Mars. Look at Mercury. All them shits is just an example of where the fuck Earth gonna be. Why? Because those are third dimensions too. It just ain't no life on it. Soil is barren on them shits. It's a planet. Planet? What is like a fucking plant? What does a plant do? A plant is a producer. We ain't talking about just like a regular plant. We talking about like a power plant. A plant is a power plant. A body is a power plant. Mars, Venus, these are just worlds void of plants. That's why the soil is all barren. That's why it's a dark world. That's why there's no life there. That's going to be the fate of Earth one day. You understand what I'm saying? 3Ds. Don't think about the 3D. It's an expiration date. Nothing dies in the fourth and fifth dimension. Nothing dies. Energy. Nerd, nigga. No one ever really dies. We're energy. We've been around for eons. You understand what I'm saying? Earth is just the next destination that we at. We're going to survive here, die here, rematerialize somewhere else. There's 7 trillion inhabited planets out here. God always got work to do. Don't fuck yourself up on Earth. Don't let nobody, while you here, try to, like I said, get your ass, like, fucked up from the real message here. Like, we're human beings. All we were put here to do was to evolve, find our purpose, and do it. And help other people find their purpose and do it. That's the biggest blessing you can be, is being the best person you can be and helping other people being the best person that they can be. The worst shit you can do, is live lawless. Just think we got here by accident. Like nothing had a plan. Like God ain't have a, like, You know, the worst shit you can do is, like I say, just be of the world. Buy into the shit everybody else in the world buying into. I told you, it's 70% karmics, man. It's more of them than us. It's more people who don't get it than people who get it. That's why everybody giving up. That's why everybody making it cool to give up. That's why you got shit in place for you to give up. Like, fuck all that shit. Knight of Wands, being on your J for job. Feminine, coming to the situation, you just need to be on your job. We all have a divine direction to be on. Make sure you're going in that direction. You are feminine anyway. I told you, a divine feminine's role is the Three of Wands. That's pivotal. It's your job to bless other people, feminine. He could be a she could be a he. You know how I be rocking. I'm a divine feminine too. It's our job to bless other people. That's our duty. To serve God and bring people to God, to serve. That simple, that easy. Before we can start serving God, we need to know who God is. That's why God came out in the first card, in the overall energy. You gotta know who God is. Divine, divinity. I mean, that's in line with God. Like, how could you proclaim yourself to be a divine feminine with no type of connection with God, no type of insight on God, no type of input on God? You are God yourself. All about recognizing the true Father God is recognize the true person you are. Thus, you being able to identify the true self of another person that's standing in front of you. They can act like they cold-blooded. They can act like they heartless. They can act all kind of ways. But by you being a man of God, or a woman of God, you can see the God in another person. You can see it. It's like, this ain't you. You a good person. I see the God all through you. Why you gotta act? Put this act down. You just overcompensating. You don't have to do that. You can be your true self. Yeah, the world ain't gonna love you. Yeah, the world ain't gonna respect you. Yeah, the world ain't trying to hear the truth. But somebody gotta say it. The world is 70%. It's more of them than us. They want shit sugar-coated. It's their money and they want it now. J.G. Wentworth ass saints, nigga. Motherfuckers gotta see shit to believe shit. These motherfuckers put facts over faith. That's the majority of the world. We can't think like the majority of the world. We are the thinkers who thinks the thoughts that makes the things. We're the inventors. We're the creators. We're Confucius. We're Christ. We're Muhammad. You know what I mean? We're the extraordinary people. Everybody else are just the followers of Confucius, the followers of Buddha, the followers of the teachings of Jesus Christ. You got leaders and followers. You got extraordinary people and you got the rest. You got divines and everybody else. Then you got the 1-2 percenters. Like I say, it's 28% divines plus the 1-2 percenters plus 70% of everybody else we talking about. It's all mathematics that you can see clear, like the green dots you see in the Matrix and shit. Masculine, you come into the situation with the Knight of Pentacles. This is grooming. I told you, there's 3 types of grooming. You either grooming yourself or another person to be the best person they can be. If you grooming yourself to be the best person you can be, that means you got somebody grooming you. If you grooming other people, then you trying to make this person the best person that they can be. Because you successfully made yourself the best person you can be, thus qualifying yourself to even be a mentor, to even be a teacher, to even be a guru, to even be a master or a psychic or a healer or a Reiki master, whatever the fuck you are. You had to get nice with it before you started getting nice with other people, you know, for it. So ugly grooming is you grooming somebody for your agenda. These are people who do open relationships. It's like, hey, let's just be cool. Let's just hang. Let's just cool. We don't need to get married. We can just have fun. In reality, that nigga just keeping his options open and grooming you to be a chick that he can fuck with but not commit to. That's his agenda, and you follow right in his agenda. You know what I mean? This is, like I say, you just a bitch ass nigga that has nothing. Your girl works. Your girl got all the money. You just Mr. Mom in this motherfucker. Mr. Spawn down in this motherfucker. Ain't nothing you doing pinnacle-wise that's setting any type of structure. Your girl brings the structure. Your girl, like I said, is the nigga. That makes you more of a bitch than a bitch. But she like your bitch ass exactly where you at. Because you ain't got no control. You ain't got no influence. You a bitch and she gonna treat you like one. Thus, she's grooming you, nigga. It ain't like you the man of the house. It ain't like you wearing the drawers. She got the motherfucking drawers on, nigga. You wearing panties. That's how she likes it. Bad grooming. I mean, ugly grooming. Then you got bad grooming. Bad grooming is grooming somebody for you. Like I say, you a bitch ass nigga in a relationship. It's like your bitch want to fuck you in the ass with a dildo now. That's just how she look at you. She look at you so much like a bitch. She want to actually fuck you like one. Hell, she gets off on that. And like I say, you're such a bitch. You ain't gonna question shit. You know what I mean? So not only is she getting her ego, like her rocks off, like being the provider of the family and emasculating your fuck ass, she went all the way and became the nigga. This is happening in households right now as we speak. Like I say, what happens when you get drunk off power? You want more. What happens when you have everything? You got all the money in the world. What's the next shit you gonna want? Power. Power. It's like the 1-2 percenters. Nigga, y'all make the same amount as 98% of the world. What the fuck more do you want from us? You bleeding third world countries dry. You got countries basically making pennies a day. Y'all own y'all own countries. Whole countries got whole countries in debt, making pennies off their product, feeding your world banks and shit. Like y'all bleed the world dry. Like what more do you want? It's like on Mafia, that comedy movie Mafia, the nigga went and took his earnings. All he got paid that day was a half a penny. And that nigga took his half a penny. It's a half a penny. Bitch, what can you really do with this? You just want to see me suffer by taking everything that I have. Like I say, that's power. How do you gain power? Through control. How do you control? You control the pinnacles. The money, the products, the resources, the minds. You know what I mean? This is the world we living in. Like, you do realize this, right? It's a lot of fuckery going on and shit. That's why it pays for you to be the most divine person you can be. Number one, so you don't get duped like everybody else. Number two, so you can be, like I say, a leader of this new generation, of this new world order. Order is the key word they want niggas in. Grooming. Just watch grooming. Watch how you groom people. You might think you doing good helping people, but in fact, you might be infecting people. What I mean by that is this. It's like, I remember I was 17 and had my first job when I graduated high school. I moved to Kenosha, Wisconsin, and worked at this Salvation Army. I was a salvationist and shit, like a child salvationist. Like, I had my own cabin, and kids stay with me, like 8 to 14 kids a week, different ages, stay with me in my cabin and shit. I was like the camp leader. I'll take them like, fishing, canoeing, hunting, hiking. Like I lost like fucking 50 pounds that summer. You know what I mean? It was just a raw ass experience. It taught me a lot about kids. But one thing I learned was my influence on kids. I'm too cool. I cuss and all kind of other shit. Like I cuss a lot. That's not. I don't know. Like to me, it's just words. I don't think I'm like going to hell for cussing. Like most people who want to damn me to hell. Like I don't think cursing is all that bad because your kids gonna hear it anyway through the movies that they watch and the shit you expose them to your kids anyway. So me cussing, I don't think it's that bad. But it ain't really wasn't the cussing. It was like my rebellious type attitude. I was just different. So anything I did, the kids did. So I remember one time we all got like uniforms from this one white guy who was like very passionate about his clothing line and shit. I didn't think too much of it. I just looked at them as like shirts. They was orange. I just happened to have some black and white Jordans. So what I did, I cut the sleeves off the shirts, off my shirt. I just cut the sleeves off my shirt and took one of the sleeves and put it on my head and had like a hat. So I wore my orange shirt with the orange little sleeve thing and my Jordans. And in the morning we had to go to chow. You know what I'm saying? To go eat and shit. So I'm walking, me and 12 other kids. These niggas got their shirt cut off and they sleeve on their head just like me. So we walk, you know what I'm saying, up in there. I'm like the only, what's other blacks in there, but they like suburban blacks. The only real true niggas in there was me and my twin sister. My sister was like a favorite amongst the girls because, like I said, my sister, twins, nigga, we twins, we the same person. My sister is just as real as I am, you know what I'm saying? And The white dude seen how we came in and started crying. I didn't think too much of it. I thought the nigga just found out he lost his mom or something. This nigga ran away crying and shit like a little ass bitch. So a person pulled me to the side and was like, "Why did you cut your shirts up?" I'm like, I didn't think too much of it. I did it and the kids did it. I didn't think they were all gonna do this shit, but that just shows you what they think of me. They just follow what I do. He was like, "That's what I'm talking about. Like you basically destroy our shirts." He spent, and then the nigga came back crying. "I spent a lot of time working on those shirts, and I don't understand why you would just disrespect me like that." I'm like, "Nigga, we came in with your shirts. We swagged out with them too. Like, what's your problem? You acting like we didn't bring the shirts. You acting like your shirts didn't get flipped in a nice way. It was cute how we came in. It was just cute. I had on my, it was like real shit. I got a sleeve on my head, nigga, and all the kids is coming in behind me. We like that. That should have been a good look, but it wasn't. You a rebel. You need to watch what you do because the kids is doing everything you doing." And then I looked up. They sure was. They cussing. You know what I mean? Like they taking the tone and I'm taking this shit. Like, you know, that's just kids. They're just living, breathing reflections and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying all this shit to say this. Grooming. I had to like peep how I was grooming. I'm thinking like I'm doing good by them by making them like aware. Like, you know, Santa Claus and shit like that. Like Santa Claus ain't real. That's your parents doing that shit. Like Tooth Fairy, ain't no fairies and shit. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not killing their dreams and shit. I'm just doing the same shit I would do with my kids. Like, my kids would be the kids at school telling your kids that Santa don't exist and shit like that. Because, like I say, we need to live in reality here. And that's one thing I gave these kids constantly fucking around with me was a reality check. Every kid that had like teddy bears coming in my cabin, by the time they left, they was too big for teddy bears. They didn't even want the teddy bears no more. Given how you know what I'm saying? Like, fucking with me, you're going to get a dose of reality, but that's part of my grooming process. Even if the kids at the center, I keep it real with them. I don't sugarcoat shit for them. I feel like they've been sugarcoated their whole life. I feel like they be lied to their whole life. Like, who am I to do what everybody else doing? I'm going to keep it fucking real. These kids, young kids, got some type of belief doing this whole e-learning shit that they ain't got to learn shit. Oh, it's just a computer. You know, we're not at school. This ain't going to count against me. It is. You missing 100-something assignments. Like, it's common for me to see kids missing, like, 80-plus assignments. Like, the fuck is y'all doing? What parents, what are y'all doing with y'all shorties? You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing I had to learn about kids, like, they ain't my kids. Some of them are going to be fucked up by the time I get to them. And it's the parents' fault. So whatever I do with these kids, like I said, it's gonna be something of substance I'm gonna bring to them. And like I said, if your kid come home woke, fucking with me, and you forced to deal with it, that's showing your parenting. You chose to keep your kid sheltered, bubbled up, lying to this nigga about every goddamn thing. Like, when your kid comes in the world, eventually the world gonna have a way of introducing themselves to shorty. So I'm saying all that shit to say this. If I wasn't who I was, these kids wouldn't have got a dose. Like, I'm a real ass nigga, so I keep everything real. And one thing about kids who get a dose of reality, they appreciate it. You know what I mean? When you grooming people, keep it real. Don't be sheltering people. Don't be like, you know what I mean, telling them lies or feeding them bullshit because you thinking for them, or you feel that they don't need to know the truth, or you feel like it's like a parent. Like I say, that's what happened with me. I've been lied to about where the fuck I came from since I was a boy. I'm 33 years old. I just figured out where the fuck I came from. And ain't like motherfuckers didn't know who my dad was. It's just the goddamn story. And I'm talking to my mom. I'm like, how you really think I feel about this shit? Like, my whole life, I've been thinking this one nigga's my dad, then this other nigga turn out who might be my dad. Then they ain't my dad at all. This new nigga who I have no clue, who ain't never met in my fucking life, is my dad. And you knew? So, like, when the fuck was you gonna tell me? Oh, I felt you already. I'm 33 years old. When the fuck you thought I was gonna be ready? Like, it's like, I'm telling you, kids are walking, talking reflections. What you do with them 10 years ago is going to dictate the shit that they on with you right now. You. Some shit your parents did to you 10 years ago is gonna be demanding questions and answers right now. I'm saying all this shit to say this. It's the grooming you get. Can't groom your kid or try to shelter your kid for them to find the truth for you to wanna not talk about it now. Nah, nigga, just keep going. Your kid went through a lot of hoops to get to this point. Get them where they need to go. Because maybe you ain't trying to find closure as a parent, but close that door for your child. So you ain't creating generational curses around this motherfucker. Grooming, bad grooming, and ugly grooming can create generational curses. All awareness. Feminine. You in regards to yourself, you got the Queen of Cups. This is the psychic card. What's the psychic card? Trusting your own intuition. This is also dreams, visions, signs, synchronicities, fantasies, writings on the wall. What does the writing on the wall mean? Nigga, exactly what it mean. If words just appeared on my fucking kitchen cabinets in smoke and a message was there, nigga, that's the writing on the wall. I don't know who wrote that shit. I'm gonna be just as astonished as y'all. But whatever that message is, you know I'm gonna read it. And whatever that shit say, it has to go. This shit just appeared on the wall, nigga. So it must be God, or some spirit. It's whatever it is. They wanted me to know a message. The message is there. It's clear as day. Writing on the wall, nigga. Yeah, you're gonna take that into consideration. Power, raw power, feminine. You got raw power. Use it. But before you can use your power, it's like this is the X-Men card too. It's like every other X-Men. Every X-Men is different. Don't know X-Men got the same power. And what do you do as an X-Men? You either gonna get to Professor X level or Magneto with the shit. You go to Professor X, School of the Gifted, then you're gonna be an X-Men that's gonna perfect your craft, perfect your power. Number one, so you don't hurt people with your power. And number two, so you don't hurt yourself with your power. And number three, so you can be the best hero you could possibly be. Or you can go Magneto route and use your power however you want to use it. If it hurt people, so what? If you get hurt, it only gonna make you stronger. Face ass. Like, and what do Magneto's people do all day? Like, all they do is just fuck humans up. And then fuck up the good guys that are the good divines, the good X-Men and shit. All Magneto does is give the X-Men a bad name. All Magneto does is give the X-Men a bad name. So, you know, step into your power. So you can use your power correctly. You don't want to use your power for bad, or you don't want to like waste your power. Have power and not use it for the good of mankind. Like what type of selfish shit is that? It's like you being Superman, watching somebody get mugged and just walking by it. Like, well, that's the way she goes. Like, nah, nigga, you a superhero. You can stop this shit. Who, you know what I mean? What type of superhero doesn't want to be a hero? Or one with some other agendas. And like I say, you got good divines out here, good X-Men, and you got fucked up X-Men out here. Ain't nothing worse than a bad divine. Ain't nothing worse than to me, divines who ain't on God's agenda are agents in the Matrix. Y'all are house niggas. Y'all are the Negroes who go hunting other Negroes with fucking dogs. It's like this nigga just wants freedom. Some shit you obviously don't want all on master dick, but you gotta be some type of nigga to be hunting another nigga with nigga killers. They kill niggas, but you helping them look for a nigga. Like they ain't gonna do this with you one day. What makes you different from the motherfucker that they chasing? How you know they ain't gonna find the slave that you looking for, kill that slave, and kill your ass? Don't you think they gonna think that you the one that helped this slave escape? Y'all niggas, why y'all ain't gonna stick together? Yeah, you fighting with us, but how we know you with us? You know what I'm saying? Test your loyalty. Are you with us or are you with them? That's what happens to house niggas. That's what happened to, like I say, badass divines. Y'all eventually get tested. And how y'all get tested is coming at people of God, crossing people of God, muting people of God, fucking over people of God. But if you fuck over God's people, then you're going to have to hear about God. You ain't finna fuck with no good woman that raised her kid to be a good kid. You acting like you ain't gonna hear her mouth after you done beat her son up for some bullshit? Like, nigga, no. She taught her son to be a good person. That means she a good person. But just like her son and her, she'll fuck you up if she got to. Type of motherfucker my mom was, man. Like, oh God. My mom don't play. You know what I mean? Let my mom hear about somebody touching me. You know what I mean? The incorrect way. Or beating me up or some fucked up shit happening at school. Nigga, my mom gonna be there. Bright and early. In everybody's face. What happened? Who I gotta talk to? Oh, you ain't saying shit? Let me call the authorities real quick. I'm gonna get to this shit. I ain't playing with y'all niggas. I don't play about mine. You know what I'm saying? Other divines shouldn't play about other divines. And then you got the mothers who don't give a fuck. Kids throwing chairs at teachers, beating the shit out of teachers. And you come on report card pickup day and the teacher telling you how your son is a heathen. How your fucking daughter is a bitch. Who done slapped me and fucked me and spit me in my face 3 or 4 times. Like, what kind of kids is you raising? And how them parents act? Fuck you mean? Bitch, you tripping. My kids ain't never did no shit like that. Like, I don't know who the fuck you talking to. Like, you know what I mean? It's sad. I done seen that shit a few times. I'm sitting at parent-teacher conference day and shit. I'm looking at a bitch that I know bogus as hell. She can spit at a teacher, threw some chairs at a teacher, called this teacher everything but a woman. But a teacher. And then that bitch let her mom defend her. I'm just shaking my head. Like, it'd suck to be that teacher. You know what I mean? You put up all the shit from her daughter and then you see why her daughter the way she is by talking to her fucking mom. If I fucked up in school, my mom knew about it and she gonna do something about it. This child fucking all up and the parents acting like they don't know shit. Like your son a gang banging ass demon out here and killed 2, 3, 4 niggas. You at the funeral talking about my baby didn't do nothing to nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the world we living in. You got 2 types of people. People that's aware and care and people who just fucking don't. You either divine or you're a karmic. It's hella karmics. It's more of them than fucking divines. I'm saying all that shit to say this. Where do your power lie at? See, with power, it's your duty to use your power for the good. What is doing good? That's having good values, being a good person, teaching your seeds how to be good people, and keeping that on, keeping that tradition on. Being a God-fearing person and teaching your seeds to be God-fearing people. You know, teaching your sons how to respect women. As far as to teaching your son that I'm the only woman you need in your life, fuck these other hoes. And they'll get to acting like that. You know what I'm saying? Or you emasculating your son because you don't want him to leave the pot. Thus, he's yours forever type shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, power. You can have no power at all. You could just have your influence. You're just a mother. And you have influence. That's power. Use it in the right form. You ain't got no powers. You're just a pastor. A staple in the community. And people really respect your opinion. Be right with your power. Don't be one of these pastors out here fucking everybody mom. Cause you know what I'm saying? You just taking advantage of power. Like I say, it's all about power. Power plays. You know what I mean? It's about your own power and it's about the powers that be. That's why you perfect your own powers to counter the powers that be. So you don't become a statistic or a victim or just like everybody else. Feminine, no, not feminine, masculine. You in regards to the feminine energy, you got the Knight of Cups. This is huge emotion or just big passion. When it comes to the feminine energy or particular feminine energy, you got huge passion or big emotion. More smoke, 8 of Wands. As men, you know, if we feeling somebody, I don't know, like it was more simpler back in the day. Back in the day, if I liked you, if I was feeling you, I'd do something to let you know I'm feeling you. See, I was the kid, you know, I'll write you a love letter, you know, a poem or some shit, fold it up in like one of them fortune tellers, give it to you. You know what I'm saying? I'll be the nigga that knowing it's like talent show coming up, I'll like dedicate a song to you. You know what I'm saying? Like a dance routine or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And just, be pointing at you on the stage and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, go Dante, go Dante, go. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, that was, like, I don't know, like, has shit changed? Are niggas not doing that no more? Like, I don't know. I always been that way. Like, if I like you, I'm gonna show you I care. And it's gonna come through like words, 8 of Wands, which is communication, but communication is 80% nonverbal. Or this is like venting. If I like you, you gonna know. Even in the venting part, it's like we friends. And it's like most of my female friends, like I be digging them, but they got me in a friend zone. And then they'll be like some hoe ass nigga, man. Just a nigga that don't like them. That's just trying to fuck, don't give a fuck about their heart. None of that. Like, I just want to love you. Like, I genuinely love you because I know you and we talk and I feel like we've been diving deep into each other and getting to know each other. I just feel like I know you so well. I feel like we click. Like, I'm a feminine energy too. So, like, even as a child, I was always just over dramatic and romanticizing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember I got kicked out of school singing Freaking You by Jodeci to a chick that I liked, giving her a Valentine's Day card. And I was young. Like, I had a rat tail and beads on it and shit. Like, I was that young. Like, X-Men Valentine's Day cards young. You know what I'm saying? I'm singing Freaking You, nigga. Like, baby! Like, I'm freaking the floor and shit. Like, I'm really going in on shorty, nigga. Like, that's the type of nigga that I was. Like, I'm a Leo anyway, so I like the spotlight. Like I will take advantage of, like I say, a talent show and use that to try to shoot my shot with you. Like, if you interested in something, nigga, let it be known. All right, speak, say something. How else she's supposed to know? It's been chicks I jumped out the window for and fell right on my ass. But at least I made that gesture. At least I did it. At least, like I say, at least at least I was confident enough to make that stand. Like, I know men who don't even holler at women, who are scared to holler at chicks coming up and shit. Like, all she could have said was no. And that's just some shit people can't, some people can't grasp. Some people don't want to hear no to where they don't even ask. They don't even try because they scared of rejection that much. Like, I'm 33 years old, and I ain't never been scared of rejection. Because I ain't never been scared to, like, put it all out there. Even, like, when I'm masculine, I put it all out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because he's a guy, shit, if it's big passion, I'ma say it. That's what I did to my masculine. Like, when I first met my masculine in 2012, I came out the bag like 2 years after that. It was 2 years of like straight a blissful recognition, and I just knew I had to come out the bag with him. I had to let this nigga know how I was feeling, and I let him know exactly how I was feeling. These were emotions I was letting him know how I felt too. So, like I said, as a guy telling another guy the shit that I told him, of course I was doing too much. Of course I might have been like over romanticizing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, it's the same effect. It wasn't like I was trying to get him, like I was trying to get my girls and shit, but that's just the type of nigga that I am. You know what I'm saying? If I'm feeling you, I'm gonna say it. If I respect you and admire you and I think you the shit biscuits, I'm gonna express it. You know what I mean? I was just telling my master, like, yo, you the shit. I want to be just like you. You're everything I want it to be. You're the archetype of what I think a man is, and I'm just trying to strive to be half the man you are. Shit, I'll tell him just like that. Won't stutter, stammer, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. My twin, he can't come out the box like that. That ain't, you know what I mean? He ain't never been comfortable enough to do that. It's his fear of rejection. So he won't even keep it 100 with me due to what he think I might say to him. After everything that I said, type shit. You know what I'm saying? So, Madison, when it comes to the feminine, it's just words that were never said. Just say them. It's 50 things you need to say. Just say them. Because feminine, you, in regards to the masculine, you got the Two of Cups situation. This is the Lover's card. It's two people getting closer than close. But this also relates back to the overall energy, though. You know what I mean? Ace of Cups, self-love, self-respect, self-admiration. You know what I mean? Self-identification, self-realization. You know what I mean? Before you can understand who you are, you got to understand God. By understanding God, you'll understand yourself. By understanding yourself, you can move to the next step and start understanding other people. It ain't just understanding other people. It's seeing the God in other people. It's seeing yourself in other people. That's how you can identify a soulmate. That's how you can identify a twin flame. Is seeing yourself in this person. Twins, y'all are fucking reflections. Y'all gonna see a lot of each other in each other. But you got to be able to handle this. How do you handle, the signs and synchronicities and frequencies and energy bursts of fucking with somebody just like yourself? You're gonna have to accept yourself. If you can't accept yourself, then it's just certain shit you won't accept from somebody else. Like, one thing my twin had to accept, me being in his life and me coming out the bag all the goddamn time. Like I said, I created the atmosphere for truth to be told, so he can always tell the truth anytime he feels like it. The reason why I come out of bags and just say shit, so he don't have to be scared to say anything. Like, my twin ain't scared to tell me nothing. Just like I ain't scared to bite my tongue about shit, because I created the atmosphere. If I was scared to say shit, and that's countering with the fact he's scared to say shit, we wouldn't establish no Two of Cups. What's the Two of Cups? This is, to me, it's like recognition. It's like when you find out the most about your twin. I know everything about my twin. I know where he come from. I know what happened to him from childhood to adulthood. I know why he's fucked up in a lot of ways. I know what his worst fears are. I know what his dreams and hopes and wishes are, and vice versa. All that shit I know about him, he know about me. Because that's what we utilized our recognition for, was to really put it all out there. So once we matured, once we grew to a separation period, which is just a sign of maturity. It's like you hanging with your bestie all through high school, then you go to college, now you your own person. Your bestie didn't go to college like you chose to go to college. Your bestie chose to do some complete opposite shit of where you at right now. Some people grow apart. You and your twin eventually is going to grow apart. It comes in the form of a separation. So, that's why you establish and get to know your twin. And it ain't just got to be a twin. It could be just your object of affection. Or maybe your children. It's good to fuck with them from baby to 18, because I'm telling you, once they leave the house, they'll start growing apart too. And it's good for you to have a good foundation on the people who you love. That's closer than close, because, like I say, eventually everybody grows apart. And you're going to have to be able to handle that. So, feminine, you're learning a lot about connections. And you also learn a lot about these connections to Nawandi. That's temporary end. This is somebody taking a break from you. Or you taking a break from somebody else. Or you two been two peas in a pod for years. It's like me and my twin. We was together for 2 years straight. And then, due to me keeping it real, me coming out the bag, me letting him know exactly what this is. Like, I had to let him know he was a divine masculine. I had to let him know I was a divine feminine. I had to let him know we were twins. I had to let him know that, about this shit. Because, that's just the direction I was going. That's just what I was finding out. And I just felt it was vital information that he needed to know. Plus, I had to create the atmosphere to say some shit like this, so it ain't like far-fetched if he discovers some shit or hits me with some shit I ain't never heard before. But flings end. Connections take breaks sometimes. Whether that's just, like I say, you two go apart, or maybe it's a relocation. Maybe your best friend got to move. Maybe your best friend got to take another job somewhere. Like, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why you Ace of Cups. You learn how to deal with yourself. So just in case you dealing with somebody else takes a pause or a turn, and you end up by yourself, you know how to act accordingly by yourself. Masculine, you in regards to yourself, you got the Ace of Swords. This is Ascension. This is just going up. What's up, Goddess? What's up? So one right way in life. That's up. Ace of Swords. That's the loading chamber in the matrix. Anything you need to succeed, survive, and thrive in life is gonna be granted to you. Any information you need to know can be given. That's facts. And who gives you this shit? King of Swords, God, The King of Swords is kicking you all the Ace of Swords information you need to know. Any answer you want in this world can be revealed. You just got to come to God in the right way. What's the right way? It's only one. That's up. Ace of Swords, like I said, this is strength, power, authority, dominion, valor, courage. A for anything you need, to A for access or acquire anything you need. Like, it's what you need. It's what you want out of life. You want a happy relationship? That's what you're going to find. Seeking ye shall find. You want a twin flame union or union recognition? It's yours by divine right. That's what you want. You want to get a deeper connection with God? You can have that. You want a better relationship with your children? You can have that. Anything you ask for, you can A for attain. It's your swords. It's your thought processes. What swords? Thoughts, decisions, directions, mentality, ideology. It's your mental direction. It's your ideology. It's your shortcomings. You know what I mean? It's your thoughts and decisions that's going to dictate whatever it is you're trying to acquire in life. That's some of your mastering is just getting an A for aha moment about. Damn, I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that makes the things. Damn, everything that I do have is something that I asked for, whether it was subliminal, directly or indirectly. That's why you can't always like speak shit into existence. You can't say it is what it is because everything always gonna be what it is. Can't say this shit always happens because it's always gonna happen. Can't say this is inevitable because this is always gonna be this way because it's always gonna be that way because you dictated it for it to be that way. Think something else. Think happy thoughts. Think different thoughts. Take a different approach. Do an alternative route. It's only one right way though. So these like steps and actions we talking about, these other routes we talking about ain't outside of God. This is outside of God. This is going towards God. It ain't like another route. We mean like an alternative as far as like thoughts. Switch your thoughts. Like part of the secret and the law of attraction is monitoring your thoughts. It's a full-time job. But it's a lot of growth and development and manifestation that can come from controlling your thoughts. Think good thoughts. Watch what you say. Me, it's very hard. Because as you see, I say the first shit that come out my mouth. It ain't like I'm saying the first shit that's coming out my mouth because it's on my brain. I'm saying the first shit that come out my mouth because it's in my heart. But my heart and mind is aligned. I am a divine feminine energy. We're aligned in our heart and mind department. Masculines are the kings of wands, actions, behavior, and manifestations. You know. So future final roll. Feminine going to the future. You got the 9 of Wands. This is the Wounded Warrior. This is being overburdened. This is feeling like you tired of being tired. This is feeling like you overworked. This is feeling like you've done too much already. Like, what more can I do? Like, what more can I say? What more can I give you? What more do you want from me? You know what I'm saying? That type of energy. Like, clarifying that energy. You got the 9 of Swords. That's losing sleep, losing teeth, losing hair, losing weight the wrong fucking way. Too many fucking thoughts. Like I said, you could be overburdened. But like I said, as long as you know you did work for a good cause, you can sleep at night. It's like you set out to gamble and make some money. You don't win a damn dollar. It's like, you know what? I have fun. That's all that matters. Let me take my ass home. You don't want to, like, I don't know, spend all your money you spent gambling and now you tripping. Like, damn, what my wife gonna think? Like, damn, shit, can I get some more money? Like, is it a fluke? Like, nah, somebody making sure I don't win no money. And it's like you believe in shit that ain't even there. Your mind just racing because, like, shit you don't know. You know, like I said, you're the thinker who thinks the thoughts that makes the things. You create your own life at the end of the day. So if you feel overburdened on anything, you need to just let go and let God. It's like, you know what? I tried everything I can do. It's in God's hands at this point. And let it go. Because by letting it go, you will never get yourself in this 9 of Swords situation. It's like you just gave it your all and you still ended up missing your target. Now it's like you can't even sleep because all you're thinking about is failure. All you thinking about is what a piss poor job you did. Like, you thinking too much. You should have just let it go. Put it in God's hands. You did all the wands, actions and behavior that you could do. Ain't nothing else to think about. Ain't nothing else to stress over. Ain't nothing else. Ain't no more time for swords. All it's time to do now, after you giving your all, is to put it in God's hand and just have faith that everything is going to work out to the best of your ability. Even if it's some bad shit you get. Like I said, we don't take losses, we take lessons. Even if it was an L you took, it's a lesson. And look at it as just like that. That you don't take losses. If you don't take losses, the only thing you taking is lessons, then where's the L's? There is no L's. You know what I'm saying? Final card in the masculine. Energy going to the future is the 5 of Wands. This is outside conflict. 5 of Wands. It's life after union, reunion, and recognition, which is like separation. Or this is outside conflict. Shit that don't involve you unless you involve yourself in it. Going to the future masculine. You're going to have life after union, reunion, and recognition with your divine feminine. Now, I take it as a separation from your feminine. This is a twin flame of separation reading, right? I just take it the main reason you kind of in separation with your feminine right now has a lot to do with the fact you can't go past the point of no return with her. Or him. He could be a she could be a he. You know how we rocking. Your main outside problem, you know what I'm saying, with your feminine is that you can't go past the point of no return with your feminine. This is going past the point of no return with the demo. It's like I said in the beginning, like, you know, I had to let my masculine know exactly what this was. So he at least know what it is and why I am what I am and how I'm coming at him the way I'm coming at him. Like, shit'll make more sense. You would think shit'll make more sense by you spelling it out for your masculine. Nah, like I say, it's a reflection. What you do, he does. But he's doing it different. You show your appreciation to your twin all day. He shows his appreciation for you all day, but it comes out different. You think your master don't give a fuck. He does. It's just what he's doing is what you doing, but it's different. This is a left hand. This is a right hand. It's the same, but it's different. It's this different shit you're going to have to focus on. He tries. You need to recognize that he's trying. Don't take it as he's doing something that ain't what you want. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't this. It ain't this. It's this. The same, but different. That reflection, I'm telling you, it's an inverted image. Like I said, last example I'm going to use, the master's trying to get through with you. But like I said, he's sending you a message. Like, he wrote a perfectly good message from where he's at. You're there. Like, where I'm at is where you at. And you're just trying to get through to me. But when I write a message on the screen, it's going to look right to me. But when you read it, it's going to be backwards. So you're going to have to decipher what the fuck I just wrote. I could tell you what I wrote, but that ain't going to be what you see. And you're going to be mad at me that I didn't write it backwards for you to see it forward. But who thinking like that? The only person that's thinking that advanced is you, feminine. So when you write your masculine a message, you write it backwards for him so he can see it when he reads it. Because if you write it just like he writes it, it's going to be babble. Babble. He's not going to get it. He's not going to get you. You said some shit or you gave a message. He couldn't comprehend it. You thinking it's because he ain't trying to hear what the fuck you saying. It's because he can't read what the fuck you saying. That's the reflection part. Somebody, divine feminine, you're the most aware. You're going to have to keep in mind the reflection part. And you're going to have to deal with the constant nuisances that is trying to communicate with your twin, trying to figure out your twin, trying to understand your twin. But if you don't understand yourself, you can never understand your twin. If you can't understand the God in you, you'll never understand the God in your twin. That's why you gotta understand God, which is why God came out in the first place. So it's a message that I got. I hope I can be, good use. Y'all need to book anything for me, you already know where I'm at, all right? Definitely gotta take a break and give me some breakfast. I'll holler at y'all in a minute. Deuces.